Welcome to Social Study class 10th, and before we start this class, let us talk a little bit in general about social study. There are 4 books of social study, and you have to this paper is divided into 4 parts, so you have to prepare well in order to get good marks. And in today's class we are going to discuss about agriculture. Our today's topic is agriculture. So dear students, you all must be here with your pen and paper and start taking notes with me also. So let us start. Most of the people of India live in villages. Though urbanization is also rapidly increasing, but we basically live in villages and we basically depend upon agriculture. It has been an integral part of our daily life. So we know that our life is based on agriculture. In the similar manner, industries are also based on agriculture. So my question is there, start thinking now. Can you name some industries? Can you name some industries which are based on agricultural raw material? Agricultural raw material. Can any one of you tell me about this? Okay. There are some industries, and most of the industries are based on agriculture, but I am going to name some here. For example, your tea industry, your coffee, spices, different spices, all these are based on agriculture, etc., and many more. We can start counting down. So before we proceed, we are going to discuss about the types of farming. How many types of agriculture we know so far? You know, the farming can be categorized on different methods. You know, the method of cultivation it changed. कल्टीवेशन का मतलब है कि हम फसल को जो प्राप्त करते हैं, कटाई करते हैं, it is changed now. Then we have also introduced technology. We have introduced technology in farming. And there are many things, and on those base we can divide agriculture in some parts. First of all, we are going to discuss about the first part. This is subsistence farming. What do you mean by subsistence? Subsistence का तात्पर्य है जीवन निर्वाह है। जीवन निर्वाह हेतु the agriculture which is based on subsistence. The spelling is SUBSISTENC, subsistence farming. Then the second part is commercial farming. So first of all, we are going to discuss about the subsistence farming. Primitive subsistence farming. Primitive subsistence farming. Primitive means the old way, ancient way of farming. This type of farming is done on a small patch of land. This type of farming is done on a small patch of land with the help of primitive tools, ancient tools which are used in agriculture. Ancient tools like hoe, HOE, इसको फावड़ा बोलते हैं, dowel and digging sticks, and the labor is family. And community. Family and community labors are used in primitive subsistence farming. This type of farming depends upon monsoon. This type of farming depends upon monsoon, natural fertility of soil, and suitability of other environmental conditions environmental conditions. To the crops that are grown. So we have seen here some of the important things about the primitive subsistence farming is it is done on a small patch of land, and ancient tools like hoe, dhow and digging sticks are used here. The labor is family and community, and it completely depends upon monsoon, the natural fertility of soil and suitability of other environmental conditions. What happens here? In such type of farming, there is a term which is used, slash and burn. Slash and burn. Slash and burn. Slash and burn agriculture. Slash and burn agriculture. What happens here? There is a land, and the farmer clears a small patch of land, a small patch of land, a small patch of land, small patch of land, and he sows the seeds there, and whatever is grown, the farmer takes that. When the soil fertility, when the soil fertility decreases, when the soil fertility decreases, the farmer shifts to a fresh land area, where he does the same manner, he slash and burn, and in the similar manner depends upon monsoon and natural fertility of the soil. This allows nature to replenish the fertility of the soil through natural process. The fertility of soil is through natural process. It replenishes the fertility of the soil through natural process. No modern input. Take care. No modern inputs or no fertilizers. No fertilizer is used in such farming, it only depends upon the natural process. I think up to now you might be at such a situation where you can think of some similar type of farming. Can you name, please stop here, and can you name some such type of farming? Some such type of farming. Start thinking now. Okay. You might be considering of one system which is called as zooming. This is zooming agriculture. This is done in northeast. This is done in northeast of India. And what happens in zooming? The farmer clears a small patch of land and sows the seeds there and gets whatever nature provides him through the natural process of natural fertility of the land. Now this zooming is called in different names in different parts of the country. For example, it is called as Pamlau in Manipur. Pamlau in Manipur. It is called Deepa in Bastar area of Chhattisgarh. Bastar of Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh. We all know that MP was the biggest state, and then two parts were there. The one is called Chhattisgarh and the remaining was MP, Madhya Pradesh. Then it is called by some other names in different parts of the world also. It is called Milpa. It is called as Milpa in Mexico and Central Africa. In Mexico and Central America. Central America. Then this is also called as Canuco. Canuco in Venezuela. In Venezuela, it is called as Conuco. In Brazil, it is given as Roca. Roca, the name given to zooming farming is Roca in Brazil. Then Masol. Masol in Central Africa. Central Africa. Central Africa. And Ladang in Ladang in Indonesia. Indonesia. And Ray in Vietnam. Ray in Vietnam. Vietnam. So different names are given here. Then we can also see, as we have previously discussed, so these are these names from the downwards. These names are there given to zooming farming in the other part of the world, and in India this is also called as Bewad and Daya. Bewad or Daya in MP, Madhya Pradesh. Then Podu, we are going to write then Podu or Penda. Somewhere it is called Podu and somewhere it is called Penda in Andhra Pradesh. In Andhra Pradesh. Then it is called as Rama Davi. Rama Davi. Kamran. Or Bringa in Odisha. In Odisha. Then in Western Ghats it is called as Kumari. Kumari in Western Ghats. Then Valare. Valare or Valtre. Somewhere it is called Valtre or somewhere it is called Valare in south eastern Rajasthan. In southeastern Rajasthan. Then in Himalayan belt it is called as Khil. It is called as Khil in Himalayan belt, the Himalayan area. Then it is called as Kuruma in Jharkhand. Kuruma in Jharkhand. And last we know zooming in which part? We have discussed it earlier. In north east. So we have seen here different names are given to zooming farming here. Now we also think we have discussed here about the primitive subsistence farming. Now we are going to discuss about intensive subsistence farming. The another part is intensive subsistence farming. intensive subsistence farming. This is the another part. The first part was primitive subsistence farming. Where it is done? This type of farming is done in the areas. It is done in the areas where high population pressure on land, high population pressure on land. Now, what happens in this type of farming? In this type of farming, high biochemical inputs, high biochemical inputs and the irrigation. What do we use? What people use here? Irrigation. In primitive subsistence, no irrigation was there. It was totally depend upon monsoon, and here high biochemical inputs are given. And in primitive subsistence, the farming was totally depend upon the natural fertility of the land. So in order to obtain higher production, this is done for what? The biochemical inputs and irrigation. In order to get the higher production, high biochemical inputs and irrigation is used. Now there is one thing, from this point of view, and you all might be noting that there is a right of inheritance. Right of inheritance is there in India. It means if a land is there with a person, his sons will inherit the land, and then their sons, and then their sons. So this type of inheritance, whatever we get from our forefathers, that is inheritance. So this inheritance, as you know that there are two brothers, you can take it, understand it by this example. Suppose a farmer holds 10 hectare land. Okay, if the farmer has two sons, and then there is the division, one gets 5 hectare, the other gets 5 hectare. Now suppose this son also has two sons, then how much? It will get 2.5, and it will also get 2.5. In the similar manner, suppose if this has say 3 sons, then the similar division will be there, and then definitely we will also have this. These people will also have their own generation. So what happens? In the later part, the small land is there. So the land size, due to the right of inheritance, the land size is small. The land size is small, and the farmer is willing to get the maximum output. The farmer is willing to get the maximum output from the land that is there. So in order to live his life, he has to get some important, useful biochemical inputs or different methods will be used. Okay, some alternative livelihoods will be there. This is called the intensive subsistence farming. Now there is one more type of farming, and this is commercial farming. This is commercial farming. This is commercial farming. What people do here? People, in order to get higher productions, they give higher doses of modern inputs. They give higher doses of modern input, higher doses of modern inputs in order to yield. They also use the HYV seeds. Now what these HYV seeds? HYV seeds are high yielding seeds. High yielding seeds. They also use chemical fertilizers. They also use chemical fertilizers. And they also use insecticides. They also use pesticides. These are the poisons, you know. They use all these things for higher productivity. What do they do here? For higher productivity. They do these things. Use HYV seeds, high yielding seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides, and then pesticides. Now you know some names I'm going to give you here about the commercial crops. Rice. Take for example rice. Rice is grown in Haryana and Punjab. Rice is grown in Haryana and Punjab. And you know, people use that thing. But in Orissa, rice is also grown in Orissa, but this is not such a system. In Orissa, this is subsistence crop. Then one more commercial type of system is here, the plantation. Plantation is done at the higher level. It is a single crop. It is a single crop farming. On a large area. It produces raw material. It produces raw material for industries. Raw material for industries. It produces raw material for industries. For example, coffee, rubber, tea, sugarcane. These are all plantation. Then banana, etc. We can see tea is grown in Assam and Northeast. Tea is grown in Assam and Northeast. North Bengal especially in North Bengal. Then coffee in Karnataka. Coffee in Karnataka. Okay. It is mainly for markets. It is mainly for commercial crop, is mainly for markets, and this has given development to a network of transport, and communication system also there. So dear students, we have discussed about the farming system in this section, and I hope you will like this. In the next part we will discuss about the agriculture part also. So till I thank you.